Hello everyone, welcome to SCI-EASE. In the last video, we discussed about Daubigner periodic table and the Newland's law of octave. Now in this video, we will study about the Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev was a Russian chemist who in the year 1869 gave a periodic table which has contributed a lot. Okay? Mendeleev, he divided the periodic table into groups and periods. What do you mean by the groups? Groups, they are the vertical columns. He divided this periodic table into 8 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And 6 periods. What are periods? They are the horizontal rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he arranged the elements in order of their increasing order of their atomic masses. Okay? So, he gave the definition of the periodic law as the properties of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic masses. Okay? The properties of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic masses. So, this is the periodic table which was given by Mendeleev. At that time, 63 elements they were discovered and he placed them in groups and periods. So, each group it is again subdivided into A and B. So, this will be first A, first B, second A, second B, third A, third B, fourth A, fourth B, and so on. But the 8th group, that was not further divided into A and B. Here, 3 elements, they will be there. One thing which is very important in Mendeleev's periodic table, that he left some gaps. He left some gaps. What do you mean by that? That some new elements, they will be discovered in near future and they will take place in those gaps. Okay? So, he took 63 cards. Okay? He took 63 cards. He wrote their properties on all the 63 elements on those cards. And then he saw that some of the properties of 3 elements or 4 elements, they resemble each other. Okay? He grouped them together and pin up on the board. Okay? So, some elements, they have the same properties. They have the same properties. Okay? So, he grouped them in the first group. Like, he started with hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Okay? These elements, he wrote in the first A group. Okay? And in the first B group, here from this 4th period, he wrote copper, silver and gold. He left some gaps in between and he was sure that some new elements, they will be discovered and those were placed, those in the coming days, those elements, they will be placed in those gaps. Okay? So, what he saw, he how he studied the properties. He came to the conclusion of the properties like the reaction of every element with hydrogen and oxygen. उन्होंने क्या देखा कि हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन के साथ इन एलिमेंट्स का क्या रिएक्शन होता है. So what will be the result? We are taking the case of first A group: hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. He named R for these elements, okay, all elements which are further in near future. I will tell you that these are in the S block elements, okay. In modern periodic table, we will study that these are the S block elements that I will tell you after some time, okay. So these elements, they will result in the formation of oxides and hydrides when they will react with oxygen. When any metal, it reacts with oxygen, what will be the result? This will result in the formation of R2O, where R may be lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Okay. So in the first A group, the elements, they will form R2O. So they were grouped together. And hydride, they will result in the formation of LiH or NaH, means RH. In general, RH will be the hydride for the first group elements. Okay, first group elements. Then he took this magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. Okay, so what will be the result? What type of the RO? RO will be the oxide. RO will be the oxide. And tell me, what will be the hydride? What will be the formula of the hydride? That you will write in the comment section. Okay, taking into account the valency of oxygen as -2. Okay, and here also the valency is +2. So what type of the hydride or the oxide that is formed, you will tell me. Okay, now this is the periodic table. He arranged 63 elements in the in groups and periods. Okay, he took one word from the Sanskrit, that after boron, that will be eka boron. After aluminium, he left the space eka aluminium, eka silicon. Okay, so he left some spaces and he took this word from Sanskrit, EKA, eka. Okay, so he arranged these elements in the vertical columns and horizontal rows. And in the 8th group, he arranged 3 elements like iron, cobalt, nickel. They are arranged in 4th period. Okay, they are arranged here, 4th period and 8th group. Okay, so he has contributed a lot. He formed a sort of structure for the periodic table. Now I will tell you some of the limitations of the Mendeleev periodic table. So we have done the Mendeleev's periodic table. He was considered to be the father of the periodic table, because whatever he laid down in the periodic table, that has given a great help to the scientists. Okay, he left some spaces in between so that the newly discovered elements, they can be placed. That's a great achievement. And he divided the periodic table into groups and periods. So that is also a very good achievement. Okay. Some inert gases, they were discovered very late. You know that helium, neon, argon, krypton, so on, they are discovered very late. So they are placed in a separate group without disturbing the Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay. Now, still there were some limitations in Mendeleev's periodic table. So I will tell you one by one. First was the position of hydrogen. He has placed this hydrogen in group 1. Okay? He has placed hydrogen in group 1, that is with alkali metals he has placed. But hydrogen shows the same properties as the elements present in group 7, that is halogens. Okay? So the position of hydrogen, that was not clear. Second thing, position of isotopes. What are isotopes? Isotopes they have the similar atomic numbers, or you can say they have similar chemical properties and different atomic masses. Okay, so same element like hydrogen, it has 3 isotopes: ordinary hydrogen, then deuterium, tritium. Okay, where we will place these isotopes, that was not clear. He couldn't explain the position of the isotopes. No doubt isotopes, they were also discovered quite late. Okay, there is Mendeleev periodic table in your book, that is 5.2 figure. You must see that properly, and you must see that what oxides and what hydrides they are formed with each element of the group. Okay, there it's written on the top that it is R2O, or RO is the oxide for the second group elements. So you must read, must study the Mendeleev's periodic table thoroughly. Now the third limitation is not possible to predict how many elements will be discovered between 2 elements. They may be 2, they may be 1. That was not clear, not possible to predict how many elements will be discovered between the 2 elements. So these are the limitations and some of the achievements I've discussed of Mendeleev's periodic table, who considered that the properties of the element are the periodic function of their atomic masses. Now, in my next video, I will take up modern periodic table. We will study modern periodic table in detail. Till then, thank you very much.